Ahoy there folks, I'm Captain Benzie and you all knew that this video was coming. Yeah, no sooner had I uploaded yesterday's video about the new faction carriers than I realised, hang on a second, there are going to be patch notes, and indeed we do have the patch notes. This patch is now live in game. Obviously by the time I've recorded this and uploaded it, it's going to be Wednesday afternoon for me. This will have gone live Wednesday morning. So we're going to go through these patch notes, talk about the faction carriers and everything else that's in this patch, and give an idea of kind of what to expect as you log in today. Now, at the end of this video, please head into the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this, what you think of this patch, what you think of the new things that have been added, whether you think it's good things, bad things, whether you agree with me, disagree with me. I would love to know your thoughts and opinions. I'd also love to know what you would like to see content-wise in future on this channel, Eve Echoes and otherwise. So please do let me know your thoughts and opinions. Otherwise, hit like, subscribe if you haven't already. Let's jump right in. Now, it is worth noting as well, I actually really like this login screen. That's really cool artwork. You've got the Museum Arcana there in the middle and some cool ships around it. Anyway, let's have a look at the patch notes. So, Museum Arcana in Zimsa was attacked, that's what you saw in the centre there, and the Concord technical experts reckon the Angel Cartel might have mastered a rigging technology for assault ships. According to certain sources, this technology originated from a search for ancient relics, which the Angel Cartel are renowned for, and the museum attaches great importance to it. All clues have pointed to an undiscovered area on the boundary of the universe, the Ember Sea. So we are getting a little bit of lore here. There's really not much to it. Like, this is nothing compared to what EVE Online does with its lore, but at the same time, it's nice to see it. I can't complain too much, at least we're now getting it. Lost technologies and the deep starry sky. The undercurrents surge in New Eden as the Yule Festival approaches. Only by chasing the light and continuously moving forward can you escape the vortex of age and emerge victorious, which is basically lore speak for you gotta keep moving forward, buddy. Life is a treadmill. If you ain't moving forward, you're moving backwards. So, first big thing here, versatile assault ship, what is already being referred to as faction carriers, which are basically baby super carriers. I do quite like the concept of these. I just this is such a weird situation for me. On one hand, I think it's cool. On the other hand, I really hate it, and we'll talk about this as we go. The versatile assault ship is a frontline combat faction carrier modified based on the Imperial carrier. Some technologies of the Imperial Dreadnought have been combined. Modifications have been made to carrier hangars, command communications and power systems, better ship protection has been implemented, and control of lightweight frigates and lightweight destroyers has been achieved at the expense of fighter control range. So, what you're kind of seeing there is these are carriers that instead of using fighters and having long ranges of like 250 blasted kilometers, you're going to have shorter control ranges, but you're launching actual frigates and destroyers. So, as a frontline carrier, the versatile assault ship can possess combat capabilities that are far superior to ordinary carriers for a short time with the help of the Swarm Mothership Defense Module, what I mistakenly thought might be called the Hive. In addition, they can even resist attacks from multiple battleships alone. However, they still cannot confront powerful dreadnoughts head-on. How to obtain: reverse engineer carrier blueprints, then manufacture using regular carrier and capital ship components. So basically, you're making this with the same stuff you've been making other carriers, but as it says here, they even resist attacks from multiple battleships. They are just better carriers. What we are looking at here is a ship that is basically a direct upgrade to any carrier that you might already be flying. So if you've been enjoying your Chimera or your Thanatos or your Nidhogg or your Archon, then just wave goodbye to it. It's time to upgrade. Say goodbye to that ship. What's the point in having it? This one's better, right? Now we have the four names now. The Anaconda, a Gurustus faction carrier with extra protection. It's going to have more shields. It's a Gurustus ship. It's going to be all about dem shields, baby. Yeah, all the other major carrier abilities that this has. The Visago, a faction carrier from the Angel Cartel with the mobility bonus. This is where I kind of lose things a little. Mobility bonus on carriers seems weird. Also, Visago, Angel Cartel are kind of named after sort of demons. So Drumiel, Cinnabul, Macariel, Visago. This just sounds Italian. I'm not sure where this has come from. If you know where this has come from, I could be talking at my backside. This might be some big, well-known demon. But I would have loved to have seen this called something like the Cocytus class, after the ninth circle of hell in Dante's Inferno, or something like that. I don't know. Just some really cool demonic-sounding name. The Astartes, a faction carrier from the Blood Raider Covenant with the bonus on Energy Neutralizer Electronic Warfare. Again, the name really doesn't fit here. Astartes obviously is a Greek word meaning warrior. Adeptus Astartes from Warhammer 40,000 being the obvious reference here. Now, this kind of almost fits the Amar theme, in that Amar theme tends to be religious names, but it actually kind of feels more Gallente to me, because Gallente uses a lot of Greek words, the Helios, that kind of thing, in Cursus, Astartes. It fits, right? And again, when you look at Cruor meaning dried blood, then you have the Ashimu and the Balgorn named after demons, and then you've got Astartes, a shining warrior. It makes no sense. That is a terrible name for a Blood Raider vessel. I absolutely hate it. Let's move on. And the Villain, a faction carrier from the Serpentis Corporation with bonus on web of fire electronic warfare, which probably means insanely long-ranged webs if I'm reading this. Villain, though, I do think works quite nicely as a name, having the Daredevil, the Vigilant, the Vigilante. So yeah, the Vigilant and the Vindicator, followed by a villain, does kind of make sense. It's not great, but it works. Anaconda, I think, is probably the best of those names. It fits nicely. Rattlesnake, Anaconda. I don't know, they're not all snakes, though, like the faction Dreadnought is the Komodo, but hey. Due to lightweight ships having a weapon system that's highly different from fighters, and versatile assault ships having more complex structure, they can't be fitted with fighter rigs, so yeah, if you are going to blow up your old carrier, sell the rigs. Bombard tactics and automatic defense do apply to these, though. Lightweight ships and versatile assault ship nanocores will be launched soon. So yay! Prepare to spend an inordinate amount of money getting these new ships, only to then be squeezed even tighter for nanocores and new rigs and stuff like this. Yeah, wait for the implants and all this kind of stuff to now come along as Netties squeeze you tighter. Lightweight ships compared to the four empires which own large industries, the consumption of fighters on carriers puts a severe burden on the logistics systems of other factions. For better adaptation to drone combat, basically yada yada yada, what we can look at here is that essentially the ships that they are launching, the frigates and destroyers they are launching are essentially modified versions that use drones, sort of drone technology rather than obviously capsuleer technology. So again, you can be fitted with modules in the use of skills of fighter drones. They do use the fighter drone skills, but they don't use fighter drone rigs. What does come across as quite interesting here, though, is it says here they use technologies that are different from fighter drones, so they cannot be fitted with the modules and use skills of fighter drones. No, I'm kind of reading ahead. It's a bit further ahead that suggests you'll actually be building frigates and destroyers and then fitting different modules onto those rather than just launching them the same way you launch fighters. But either way, how to obtain reverse engineer frigate blueprints or destroyer blueprints, then manufacture using frigate or destroyer and modules. There we are. So it looks like you basically build frigates and destroyers and then you actually fit modules to them. So like autocannons, strike cannons, that kind of stuff. That's kind of cool if it's using the actual small modules. If it's a case of like, oh, we're actually going to be consuming C-type autocannons and C-type strike cannons, that helps remove some of those from the market, which I think is genuinely a good thing. That is the kind of silver lining on this, that at least the people who are going to be building these freaking ridiculous ships are going to be helping the market out. I don't know. Main characteristics: lightweight frigates are a modified Imperial frigate with high mobility and low protection. Its interceptor model has specialized electronic warfare capabilities and can be fitted with warp scramblers. So basically, as one of these assault carriers, you're going to have your personal interceptors to tackle people with, and then destroyers, a modified Imperial destroyer with high protection and stronger firepower. Its offense model has enhanced protection and interception capabilities and can be fitted with stasis webifiers. This sounds like the Talwar and stuff like that, but I think this is the Thrasher Coercer, that kind of model that'll be used in this. I don't know if we're actually getting all of these. When I looked through that Chinese website in yesterday's video, it suggested that you could launch interceptors, frigates, and bombers, and then 2 types of destroyers as well. This only mentions 1 of each, so I don't know if we're actually getting all of them right now, or if the others are coming at some point in the future. Several major corporations have successfully started to invest in researching experimental AI blueprint-assisted design techniques. However, this reverse engineering technology has not been fully developed. The iterative AI algorithm may amplify the original manufacturing features or errors of carriers during the process of reverse engineering the scanned data, resulting in unpredictable design outcomes. Basically, there is now this new feature. When reverse engineering one module blueprint, the capsuleer might obtain one of the module blueprints due to different outcomes. This technology will be used for the first time for reverse engineering the experimental carrier hangar modification system. Capsuleers have a chance of obtaining one of the 6 variant blueprints after they start reverse engineering. So basically, from the sounds of this, reverse engineer carriers, and you have a chance of, instead of getting a carrier, getting one of these modification blueprints instead that then allow you to modify a carrier into something else. We then have the Swarm Mothership Defense Module, a shield generation and damage control system that connects the mothership to the lightweight ship so that some damage can be transferred to the mothership, greatly improving the performance of the lightweight ships for a short time. So, if your opponent has figured out how to tackle interceptors, you can just tank for them. Force closed when both the mothership shield and armor are destroyed. Yeah. So great, you can't destroy the interceptors until you've taken an entire capital into hull. Experimental carrier hangar modification system, heavily modified structures inside the carrier hull, allowing for more versatile assault ships to be accommodated after fitting. Yes, that's basically where you change your standard carrier into the faction version. We do get new sentry drones, which I quite like. Having just had the new assault and offensive drones, confusingly named as they are, we now have sentry versions of those. The sniper drones are more accurate and effective against small targets, while offense drones have stronger firepower and are more effective against large targets. Basically translates as like pretty good tracking on the sniper ones, whereas the smaller ones, the shorter range ones, going to be sort of worse tracking. Basically, yeah, short and long range like we already have, but for each individual faction. I think that's kind of cool. I'll be interested to see how those play out on my Rattlesnake. And you get those in level 9, level 10 Scout Cosmic Anomaly, so yay, reason to run Scouts, I guess. New fighters, Navy, Assault, and Offense fighters have been added, including Space Superiority fighters and Attack fighters. Navy fighters have more comprehensive abilities, like this is talking about something like a Republic fleet, Einherjar, that kind of thing. So the fighters, but Republic fleet or Imperial Navy or whatever. Assault fighters are faster and more accurate, but weaker defense, highly suited to chasing down enemies, and offense fighters have stronger firepower and defense, but are very slow and more suited to fighting larger enemies. Yay, carriers getting significant buffs here. Again, if you need more reason to see that this game is just becoming capital-centric at this point, these heavy assault carriers kind of really say everything. Like, standard carriers now are just being given tools to deal with all subcapitals. And yeah, when I mentioned this in a previous video, I had all the usual crazies sounding off in the comments telling me that no, carriers should be able to counter all subcapitals, and dreadnoughts should be able to counter all capitals. That's perfectly fine and good game design, yeah, until you've got one carrier and one capital, at which point you can take out pretty much anything that comes at you. What is the point in flying a subcap if you just, yeah, if you can have a pilot in a carrier or in a dreadnought and they want to come in a battleship, why would they with that ethos? And with these new heavy assault carriers, well, that's being pushed even further. With the new assault fighters and offense fighters, that narrative is being pushed further. Goodbye small ship content, goodbye medium ship content, even battleships are being slowly phased out for the drive ever upwards into capital ships. You heard it here first, folks. How to obtain, manufacture them based on blueprints obtained in capital ship rift. So again, going into those capital ship rifts is going to give you the blueprints for the new fighters. Showdown modes to counter frigates' interference with the attack capabilities of dreadnoughts in electronic warfare. The Scientific Research Institution of various factions have conducted in-depth research on the conversion of electromagnetic field poles in Showdown mode. This is what Cloud was talking about in the last roundtable, where people complained that dreadnoughts weren't powerful enough, and he said, yeah, we need to give them more abilities. Showdown mode. So now the weapon disruption and sensor dampening resistance can be greatly improved in Showdown mode. However, this also has a side effect on the ion force field, making remote repairs and capacitor transfers less effective. So new effects in Showdown Mode: warp disruption, sensor dampening, and remote repair resistance, plus 75%. Where's that negative? I don't see any negative written on that. You've basically taken the Showdown module from EVE Online and just not put the negatives on it. That negative had better be on it at this point. Otherwise, Dreadnoughts just, again, what is the point in electronic warfare frigates now? Because, oh look, carriers aren't affected by them. Oh look, Dreadnoughts are not really affected by them anymore. What's the freaking point in flying anything other than a carrier or a Dreadnought at this point in time, folks? Please let me know. Cosmic Anomaly adjustments. New fighter blueprints have been added to the loot crates of the Capital Ship Rift, while retaining the old logistic drone blueprints. New drone blueprints have been added to the loot crates on level 9, level 10 Scout Cosmic Anomalies, the Assault Sniper and Offense long-range drones, the Sentry drones, and in addition to the old logistic drones. Now, obviously, we're going to have new skills for these versatile attack ships. Versatile attack ship operations improves their handling. Defense upgrade improves the defense. Team combat improves the performance of the Swarm Mothership defense module. Lightweight ship combat theory, which is your fighter offense and that. Guristus, Angel Cartel, Blood Raider, and Serpentis capital ship invention principles. Again, sorry, Sanchez Nation, you just don't count anymore. New festival, Yule Festival Light of the Embassy. The Museum Arcana has been attacked by an angel fleet and some precious collections have been stolen. Meanwhile, Daniel, the curator of the museum, is deeply troubled. The leading figure of a mysterious faction, Yue, has appeared, gazing straight at the edge of the universe, the Embassy. So the Yanjung are back. Still no bloody ships though, am I right? During the event, Capsuleers can participate in the Light of the Embassy story on the event page, new story missions. After completing these, Capsuleers can get stage rewards, and the final prize is the commemorative medal. Same old, same old. Capsuleers have a chance of obtaining Golden Age clue items. The chance of obtaining these in Super Expert difficulty is greater than that of Advanced, of course. Neon Peak, an event hosted by Caldari's CBD group that seeks investment from Capsuleers to build a new commercial centre. Capsuleers can invest in the construction by purchasing various gift boxes. After a successful business plan, the system will draw a lucky Capsuleer and grant them an additional gift. Yay, more gift boxes in the store, aren't you happy? Business Plan Store. It's been added to the New Eden Store. You can exchange the business plan points obtained through Neon Peak for various rewards. Make sure you exchange the points before the store closes. And classified 3 gravitational wave grafts. To thank the Capsuleers for their participation in Business Plan, CBD has provided the classified 3 gravitational wave graph as a redeemable item just after they nerfed the viability of the number 2, of course. After obtaining the wave graph, Capsuleers can decrypt them in stations. According to the decrypt clues, they can navigate to hidden anomalies and find and open the loot crates there. At the anomalies, Capsuleers might discover 3 gravitational rift spaces, which can accommodate frigates, cruisers, and battleships. Really just those 3, no destroyers, no battle cruisers? Okay. Please note that there may be multiple rift spaces connected to each other. The other space is more dangerous than the first quiet rift space. Capsuleers can check the locations in the regions on their star charts, defeat enemies in the rift spaces, and open the loot crates. So basically, exploration out the window, decode these, go as a fleet, and just kill everything. It's yet more PvE content that is just go to point A, kill everything, loot everything. It's basically a Scout Anomaly or an Inquisitor Anomaly or a Cosmic Rift or a Capital Rift or a Quarry or any of these other things, just with additional steps. Yay. So, rigging experimental data, salvages, salvaged materials, and drone blueprints. I guess that could help bring the price of salvages down on the market, for whatever it matters. Golden Age restart, the read, approve, record, and find a smooth path to future from the splintered past is the main goal. During the event, Capsuleers can collect collections and combine them to get planning points after combining the story images, like we saw before with the cat and the drill and that kind of stuff. Extra planning points can be obtained by combining all story images. Please claim them within the exchange period. Inscription of the Galaxy Heaven, because we've got more building going on. And a new Concord Pass. So we do have the Dark Halo Nanocore Opt supplies for faction battleships back. But yeah, that's probably the best thing in this patch. Optimizations. Estimated price has been updated based on the market transaction record. Official Eve Echoes patch notes. Fighter rigs can now only be fitted on Chimera and other regular carriers. Adjusted the altitude distribution of ore in the capital ship Rift so they don't block horizontal movements. That seems a bug fix. Fixed an issue when the skill remote armor operation was effective on capital ship modules. Fixed the display error on tracking computer tips. Fixed an issue where the time of reverse engineering sometimes incorrectly displayed. Correct the description of the Golden Age nanocore by replacing Sunchaser system with jump drive. So now, yeah, jump drive is just the thing on the Sunchaser nanocore systems. Cool. But that's really it. That's really, really it. What we have is yet another sort of event that is going to prioritize big spending and lucky boxes. We have no new exploration content, still no new small ship content, no new medium ship content. We have a new rift added that is just an absolute ball ache to do. The last ones of these, not many people have done, but they insist on still doing them. What we're getting is just, it's same old, same old. Like, what is the difference between that rift and literally, as I said, something like, other than the loot, it's the same as doing a Nihilist Dead Space, but you've got to go all the way to find it. I don't know. To me, that's just not all that exciting. And then we get the new sub-super carriers. And it's just a simple case at this point in time of, they are clearly pushing towards capitals and only capitals. The fact that these are literally described as being, more than capable of taking out multiple battleships, I just don't see why anyone else would run anything other than these. Like, literally, if you're in a carrier, you're going to be into one of these versatile carriers. And if you're in a dreadnought, well, you're going to stay in a dreadnought because they just got a massive buff as well. So basically, look forward to all of your fleet battles being dreadnoughts and carriers versus dreadnoughts and carriers. And if you fancy flying anything that dares to be smaller than that, well, NetEase just don't have your back anymore. I don't know. This does smack like it was all designed a few months ago, so maybe there's some other stuff on the horizon, but I am really overdosing on the hopium at this point in time, hoping that we will ever get anything for those of us who want to see this be a balanced game that uses all of the different ship types rather than just tier 1 through 10 being a race to the top, get into the biggest ship you can, and a second you're in Tech 10, it's grind, 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 or open up your wallet to get yourself into a carrier or a dreadnought, and yeah, I don't know, that's... Let me know your thoughts and opinions, folks. I'm getting so done with this. I'm getting done with everything being capitals, 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 and now we're seeing that even the battleship pilots are being pushed to the side as well, so I don't know. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Otherwise, happy sailing, and see you in New Eden.